to Tom McCullough. We're talking about doing good and doing good things.
Oh, we're trying to.
We're trying to do good things. Tom McCullough is with a company called Instant Mobile, but on the side, they've got a deal with Goodwill.
That's right.
And and you're making money doing it. So he's making money off his nonprofit app, which is kind of interesting. Shh. He's you're setting this up. Do you have a video?
No, we don't.
Good. That's a wise use of your time. All right, let's start the, go into the Elmo for an iPad format. I'm starting your time. Oh, wait, I'll give you a sentence. What are you doing? Give me a sentence. Give me your elevator pitch.
Sure you're not an angel?
I used to be.
We basically create an application that allows you to take all of your things that you carry in your wallet, in your pocket, and put it on your mobile phone and then make your phone interactive with physical environment. Most of you have probably heard about mobile payments. That's one small piece of it. This is also another piece of it where we're able to take a whole bunch of different services that you use on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, put it on the phone.
All right, that's more than one sentence. I'm starting your time. Sorry.
I didn't pass math.
That's all right. Me neither. Goodwill, Silicon Valley. Your time starts now. So we've got an application that's working on the iPad.
Right, so what we've got is the ability to find a store, find a donation site, a recycling center. You can contact Goodwill. If you do something such as volunteering your time, you can share your good deeds with your friends through social networking.
And you can find a store.
Yeah, that's what I started with.
Yeah, I mean, that's really key because you've got like a box of clothes in your trunk and you're looking for, you just happen to be driving along and this thing will say, here's your nearest drop-off place.
Oh yeah, it'll bells and whistles and all sorts of things.
But only if you're in Palo Alto to...
Right, so we're working just with Goodwill Silicon Valley. They basically range from Hollister. To Palo Alto.
Yeah.
And they've got 17 retail stores. With me tonight is Karina Robles, who's their marketing manager.
Hi, Karina.
So if you have any questions about what Goodwill does, she can answer those questions for you.
My first question on the phone to him was, you know, what relative of yours runs Goodwill? That you were able to get through that bureaucracy. And he said, actually, it's like, my ex-wife's friend. And, I mean, you actually know the president of Goodwill, and he's paying you to do
Well,
this.
the application development we're doing on our nickel, but the service where we store the data on the cloud so that you can access it at tax time, yeah, it's a small subscription just to cover the cost of the servers. But Mike and I have known each other for 20 years.
Mike what?
Mike Fox.
Wow. You know him so well, he's just Mike, the head of Goodwill.
Sorry. So he's, our kids were in diapers at the same time, so we actually met through our wives. And I was actually meeting with him to talk to him about introductions to some folks that he knows for investment purposes, and we got off on some of the challenges that Goodwill faces, not the least of which is when you go and make a donation, all you get's a piece of paper.
Yeah, then you lose it. And then tax time comes, you can't remember, and you kind of like, you forget to write it off, at least that's...
Exactly.
So this solves that.
That's part of the problem. That solves it for the donor, but because all you're getting is that piece of paper, you have no motivation to give Goodwill your contact information. They've got 700,000 donors just for Goodwill Silicon Valley.
But no way of tracking them, no database.
Nope.
So essentially you're giving them a relational database.
Yeah, we have the
In
ability
old school
for them to communicate with the folks that make donations, as well as folks that go shopping. So you can see, whatever, they took it off. But for the folks that are shopping at Goodwill, and in some cases that, maybe even folks like yourselves who are looking for collectibles. There was a Michael Jackson LP, for those of you who are old enough to know what an LP is. That was in one of the stores. And so this is
You can
where
find good stuff at Goodwill stores.
Yeah,
I got these boots there.
So there are a lot of interesting items that you can get from Goodwill, and they're all in very good condition.
Questions from the audience? Asking? My question was, you're Goodwill Silicon Valley. Why are you only in Silicon Valley? When are you going to expand? I mean, this should be nationwide. Mike, right? He's your friend.
Well, that's what Mike wants to do.
Good.
So
when does Mike want to do this by?
Well, once we get this application live, which will be a couple of weeks,
yeah.
And you can go to our website, or you can go to the Goodwill Silicon Valley website and give us your email address, and we'll let you know when it gets put on the App Store.
Okay, so where can they go to be notified by you?
InstantMobileSolutions.com.
Got it. InstantMobileSolutions.com. You can find out when this is going to be on the App Store, which will be, you said, a couple of weeks.
Probably.
Are you going to be available on any other platforms?
Well, we'll definitely move it over to Android and BlackBerry, and then after that, it's going to be a function of.
Have you noticed nobody mentions Windows Phone 7? I'm just one developer up here so far has said that. Why is there no interest in that platform?
2 second-place companies don't make a first.
2 second-place companies don't make a first. That's, well, I don't know. I was interested in their announcement yesterday, the new version of their iOS on their OS, but we will see. But so far, no interest in that. You've got 1:45. Any questions? I knew you'd have like all this wide open time. Yeah, so with Goodwill, you've got all these, I've got the ability to find a center, I got the ability to save the data. I give Goodwill my information so that they can tell me stuff that I want to know.
Right, so the Goodwill app is just, as I said, it's one component.
Yeah, what's next? Where do you go after Goodwill? Do you go to all the other nonprofits?
We're working with some companies in Silicon Valley to take their identity for their employees, take access management, insurance cards, all of those sorts of services that the corporate campus provides to the employees, put them on the phone. And then, as I said, make the phone interactive with using NFC technology. So, of course, Android has the Nexus S, which has NFC embedded in it. BlackBerry's got NFC coming out in 2 models.
Google has an NFC announcement coming tomorrow morning. No one's quite sure what it is, but
There are going to be quite a few
idea.
announcements this week about a whole bunch of interesting things.
Yeah, there's a lot of interest in the mobile wallet. With 40 seconds left, and if there are no questions, what did you think of that Square Apple announcement? I was kind of amazed at the lack of information about acquirers. You know, these guys at the back end of the mobile thing, like First Data and stuff. Without that, you can't do mobile payments. I
won't make any comments.
No comment means.
I either know too much or too little.
He knows too much or too little. I don't know. I was underwhelmed. Last thoughts, 10 seconds.
Oh. I hope you all download the app, and you will be able to use it irrespective of whether you're in the Silicon Valley or not, and whether you make a donation to Goodwill or not.
Cool.
So,
well done. Thank you very much, Tom McCullough. Doing good things for his friend Mike at Goodwill. I really appreciate that, Tom.